The thing that I'm interested to ask you, and especially since you've represented USA basketball for decades, and now you're the first managing director of USA's women's national team, which you just hired your head coach, Kara Lawson. Congratulations on that. How do you think the impact of players not going overseas as much anymore? Because I think we had a cheat code a little bit. And I remember sitting with you in 2012 at the Olympics, and I remember some of the guys on the team being like, that's not a travel. And us being like, yes, it is. Overseas, you have to cross over or you have to put the ball down. It's not the American rules. And so I always say that the women had the cheat code because we played overseas for 6 months. You had your stars and yourself, Diana. Everybody played overseas pretty much and knew the rules and the cadence of how they call fouls and all of that stuff. Do you think there's going to be some sort of impact in terms of adjusting internationally with this being kind of the first Olympics that those key players aren't going overseas?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do. I think, you said it. We were doing scouting reports. We were telling coaches about players because these are the players we knew. We knew them well. We played against them. A lot of them were our teammates even. So we knew everything about them. And I think more so how they call the game, the physicality they allow, that's an adjustment. And if you've never experienced it, it's really hard. And we know that because that's how it was for us when we first went. Like your first month to 2 months overseas is very frustrating, maybe even first season overseas. So I do think it's an adjustment. I do think it's something that I've thought about. I've given a lot of thought to in terms of, how do you set players up for success in terms of understanding that? So is it, bringing referees in who are going to call it that way? Is it having a practice team in the short amount of time we do practice, having a practice team that's going to, emulate that style? I've definitely thought about it. And sometimes the only way to learn though is to get thrown to the fire. And so that's what a lot of these camps are about. That's what all these like qualifying tournaments are about, because it is different and it can be really frustrating. So also on top of that, trying to have conversations around not being frustrated, not letting it get to you. But we all know that's easier said than done. My one hope, I don't know if it's real, but it's a hope, is that now, especially with potentially a new CBA, more money, more European players coming here, does that give American players like a look at, like think about like Dawn Malunga, great example. She's in Seattle, so shout out, great example. So now, on one side of it, she's going to get comfortable with American players, but like Aliyah, you're going to get comfortable with her.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, once the CBA hits, I do think more European players will come over. Does that kind of level it a little more? But TBD, it's definitely something I'm thinking about.
100%. What do you think the biggest transition in your role has been in terms of seeing the game, obviously the way you saw it from the point guard position, and you're the leader of the team, leader of the squad, captain numerous times, to now being the managing director and having to see the game, obviously from the player's point of view, but also, we would joke around about, training camps and things like that. How are you balancing those jokes that you told as a player and not wanting to do 2-a-days in Durham, which we did and, way back then, to now, having to figure out what's best truly for Team USA?
Yeah, the joke's on me. I'm learning a lot about nothing I didn't know, but things that I never had to I never had to face or be faced with to make decisions based on. But honestly, I think the player point of view of it all is really helpful in this. I don't think, people who have been in these decision-making roles have had that, truly lived it the way I did. So one thing I'm realizing is you can't get it perfect. Like maybe we're choosing dates for a camp. You can't get it perfect. So you just have to kind of try to find ways to make it fit for everyone, try to find ways to make it work for everyone, understanding you can't get it perfect. I'm definitely thinking about ways to make it in the ways that it's not going to be perfect. So maybe timing doesn't work for someone or it's a pain in the butt, trying to find ways to offset that. I haven't quite figured that out. Is it making sure we go to a bomb Michelin star dinner? I don't know what it is yet, but finding ways to make. Okay,
yes,
good.
That's an answer.
Finding ways to.
I didn't hear you mention the 2-a-days. Did you say?
Yeah, no, I don't think that we do it. The only way.
Please just do it. Just do it one time. Just for the cause. Just for the old heads. Just do 2-a-days one time. Aliyah, we did straight two-a-days.
Whoa, don't yell at AB.
I'm telling
yell at AB.
you, like,
AB is
Lisa
just
Leslie
here.
was in two-a-days. Sue, Diana, like,
And I'm so
Cheryl
happy for you
Smoops
guys.
was in
I'm so
two-a-days.
glad that you guys really enjoyed
Like-
every single moment, every single minute, every single second of two-a-days. That's fantastic for you guys.
So wait, Aliyah, I have a question. If like
Mhm.
now, like as like a, what are you? Are you a Gen Zer? Is that
I
what
don't
we're-
even know what I qualify, but I
Okay,
think
we'll
so.
put you Gen Z. So what would be fun for you? You're like, I'm at this camp. Like, what's like a one night? You do something.
One a day. Yeah, I think I love a dinner. Dinner is always great. But I mean, it's sometimes hard because some people don't like to do stuff. Some people like to just be at home. Me, I go for the vibes. I'm
Okay.
there no matter what. Sign me up. I'm there for the vibes.
Absolutely.
And
Okay.
a dinner. 100%.
Can
Candace,
I
why
just
are you looking at me like that?
Because here's the thing. I think dinners are great. Everybody does dinners. I think to do something different, like have the option to do like the salt tanks, like the you
Like a
know,
spa
or like a spa day or some sort of like expose players to other things that'll be helpful later that they might like hyperbaric chambers. Maybe
Mhm.
I'm speaking from an old
Is
person.
that fun?
I'm
for
still
you?
speaking
Are you
from like
kidding
an
me? The
No,
hyperbaric
I'm not
chamber
saying
where you
fun, but
literally
it
just sit there
offsets-
and you're like, oh, should I listen to what song should I play? Oh, if they have a TV, oh, let me play a
I remember
movie.
being
Like,
this
why
too.
would
I remember
you
you talking to me
offer
at this
hyperbaric
age.
chamber
remember.
as fun over Candace, babe?
I remember being this.
That was an
and
unserious answer, though. I hope you know that. That was an unserious suggestion.
You're asking to offset. So Sue is shaking her
Hyperbaric
head.
chamber
Having it be an option, I think a lot of players
for
would
fun.
take it.
We just talked about what would be.
I'm not saying for fun. I'm saying as an offset for. Okay, we digress.